Hello everyone, welcome to the opening bell. This is a new format, a new show that I decided to start. The idea of the show is to watch together the opening of the stock market and to get informed together. That's basically it. So the opening bell just started, and let's check how the S&P 500 is doing. And we're just going to read news together, and we're going to basically talk between ourselves. And you have a chat here. You can send me messages if you want to ask anything. And let's see how this format goes. I'm excited. There's no real kind of objective here besides to kind of try to participate more with live videos, live streams with you guys, and that we can engage a bit in the chat. So looking at the S&P kind of opening flat. If you're wondering what is this platform I'm using, it's called Webull. I'm just going to increase just by a tad so you guys can see better what I'm looking at. I'm going to decrease the size of me here. So I promise we're going to get better with the stream as time goes by. But I think we can be off to a solid start today. Okay. So first thing I'm going to want to introduce you is my watch list. My watch list is basically comprised of a lot of stocks that I own. And you can see here Palantir, Nvidia, Upwork, you have Lemonade, Apple. And I'm going to be building out that watch list more and more as time goes by. And I'll start creating in the watch list more and more positions as I add more positions. So let's start with the news. And I think the best news to start with would be news about positions that I have. Let's start with Facebook. Let's see. So it might be hard for you guys to see every line here, but I don't see anything interesting about Facebook today. Let's move on to Palantir. And everything's about Coinbase today. So if you're not aware, Coinbase is IPOing today. And I'm wondering if there's already news about Coinbase. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. And Coinbase is going to be around $250. That's the reference price. So Coinbase reference price is going to go public. It's going to be $250 going public. It's going to be through a direct listing. So it's not a traditional IPO. That's important to note. So we can expect Coinbase to only start trading later in the day. I don't think it's going to be trading before, give or take, 6 p.m. Eastern time. That's an assumption just because of how direct listings usually work. So let's see what else do we have here. So Nvidia going down a bit after going up. So if, for those of you who are not in the loop, Nvidia had some good days. We can see it in the chart. Let's open the chart and look in the past week. And it had some good days because it announced that it is going into creating CPUs for data centers. So that was something interesting that came up with Nvidia. And here it just turned green. And I think there's going to be some time for people to understand what exactly this is going to mean for Nvidia, but I think it's going to be big, and this is the kind of thing that's going to help the stock break through. So I'm noticing here I'm missing. Oh, here we have Cloudflare Net. So they also went up just kind of in the past few days, just because of really exciting news. So let's see. So yeah, so Cloudflare had all kinds of new products that they're bringing out, and there's even news related to both stocks. So about Cloudflare partnering with NVIDIA, and it got some interesting price targets yesterday. So nothing really out of the ordinary today. Just kind of a flat opening. I think everybody's just really excited to see what coin will be doing today. I think that there is a lot of movement in crypto because of the Coinbase IPO today. For those of you who are not aware, Dogecoin has been very active today. It has been almost up 100%. I think that when I published the video today, it was around 75. Yeah, it's around 68% right now. And I think that it has something to do with Mark Cuban's tweet about the Dallas Mavs selling merchandise with the basically accepting Dogecoin and saying that the Mavs will never sell the Dogecoin. And I'm not really aware of what this means for the Mavericks, the Dallas Mavericks, but I think that it is going to be hard for Mark to keep to his word on that. I think it's just going to be, I think it's going to be challenging for the Mavs to just hold that Dogecoin forever. Now, he certainly can do whatever he wants. It's his team. And I think he has the money to lose in case of, the Mavs keep receiving money in Doge and he decides he doesn't want to sell it. And also, when you kind of think about it, I don't think there's enough volume of merch that can be sold and bought with Dogecoin that it's going to affect the Mavs. Like he said something about $100,000 or $120,000 in merchandise that was sold. So that's not even 1 year contract for like your lowest paid salary on the roster. So I don't think that's gonna affect too much. So let's go over to Bitcoin. Bitcoin kind of flattish for the day. It had a nice run into I think it's going to be very interesting to follow Doge, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of these once the Coinbase IPO starts. So back to stocks a bit. And maybe this episode, this live stream is a good day to introduce to you my favorite stock that actually got a target raised, price target raised by Morgan Stanley. So this is probably my favorite stock in my portfolio, which is called Store Capital, STOR. I'm not the kind of guy who usually gives stock tips and don't think of this as a stock tip. But if you told me that you only want to invest in one stock, that would be the stock. So by the way, just to correct, it was not a target raised today. It was on April 5th, but never mind. So this stock is a real estate investment trust. And one of the things that I love about it is kind of opening here the key statistics. It has a dividend yield of 4.21% right now. It is currently still behind its 52-week high. Now, mind you that if you go back a year on this name, let's try to go back a year here. You can see that when there was like a pre-COVID top, it was at 40.96. So this stock is still a good long way from hitting its all-time high. Which if I'm not mistaken, this is like kind of a high where the company kind of was starting to feel, I guess, or the stock market was starting to feel that REITs might be the worst hit from the pandemic. And I think that in a sense they were hit badly, but not as bad as airlines or cruise ships. So talking about REITs, and another name that has a very similar graph, Simon Property Group. Now, this is a name that had struggles even before the pandemic hit, but you can see that it was written off completely, reaching very deep lows. And it still has a very long way back to former highs. Even forget former highs, like pre-COVID. So if we're like looking at at March of 2020, this is like the area here. It still has at least 30% upside before it hits here. And currently it's yielding 4.56%, so just a bit more than Store Capital. And the dividend is supposed to be fairly safe. Now, Amazon uploaded a video about them yesterday. You can check that out on the channel. And it seems that if we'll dive in, it seems that it might be on its way, maybe in the near future, kind of break that last high it had in February. Just looking at the Amazon information, 52-week high is 3,552. So that was, I guess, a good amount of time before that. Yeah, that was on September. So I feel that Amazon can break this as well. And the reason I'm talking about these 52-week highs is just because when you kind of think about it, it is, every day a chance for the S&P 500 to break to a new high. And these stocks are usually the leaders. And I feel that if there is something that's going to happen, if S&P is going to break new highs on a daily basis, it's these names going to continue. So 52-week high for the S&P, just above where we are. It might continue today. I don't think that this kind of, I would say, panic from people who came on CNBC yesterday. Oh, okay, I won't say panic, but like people like Tony Dwyer said that they would take risk off. I don't think it's still risk off period, but that's just my personal sense. We might hit a plateau, and that's fine. But I don't think that we're poised for some kind of catastrophic pullback. If I'm looking at the growth stocks, the ones that were parabolic, you can see that they all had this kind of move. So this is Lemonade, and this is Rocket, just kind of a smaller scale. And you have Palantir. So just a bunch of these names with very kind of similar, I would say, upside down U's, these arches, Upwork as well. Who else was looking like this? Yeah, so these growth stock names, I think even GameStop is starting to look from day to day more normal in compared to itself. Yes, so you want to see this happen with growth stocks, with the speculative stocks, when the S&P is at all-time highs. You don't want these names to be leading the S&P. Not that they can easily, just because of their sheer market cap. you want to see the bigger names. So one of my favorite names, Facebook. Let's see if there's any interesting news today. Um, let's see. What do we have here? Article from Reuters about marketplaces. Amazon Marketplace, Walmart Marketplace. Walmart Marketplace grew to 70,000 sellers into 2020. So just even skimming on this article between Walmart and Amazon Marketplaces, I can assume why Facebook is mentioned here. I don't think people know, but on a given day, Facebook Marketplace has more activity than eBay, and that says a lot. So I'm just reading between the article, and this looks like kind of a head-to-head of Walmart, Amazon mostly here, and I think that people don't give Facebook Marketplace enough credit. And here's I'm opening here on my browser, calculating the fair value of Facebook. I think that if we look at most companies in the market right now, I think that Facebook is extremely undervalued. I think the stock can go much higher. It is one of my biggest positions. What else do we have here? So markets around the world looking green. Let's see. Is there any name making a move that's a name that's worthy of mentioning? Not something that kind of pops. Okay. So I think this is a good first live stream episode to kind of cover the opening of the market and like Wall Street opening bell. I think that what I'm going to try to achieve here is to share my thoughts of where things are going and which stocks I'm looking at. Go a bit through financials if I'm about to make a move. Go over some of the analyst kind of ratings. Not that I give them too much thought. I'm not a big believer in the analyst ratings. Forgive me, all analysts. Like, for example, Target. Name that I gonna give my 2 cents on. Amazing operator, hitting every target they put in front of themselves. They are doing amazing work with their own marketing in-house. And if I'm looking here at the analysts, I don't know who are the people who put hold, but if you're not aware of this and if you've never seen how ratings work, hold is a nice way to say sell. So if there's a hold, you can usually kind of assess that somebody put a sell on it. Let's see maybe a more speculative stock and see how many holds we have on. Yeah, so you have here Palantir, which this amount of holds and underperformance sell means it's a strong sell by most analysts. And most analysts don't like stocks like this, these speculative stocks. Like, let's check out Tesla. Not that it's like some kind of shortlist favorite of mine, but I don't think it should be on a sell. Not because I think the market cap of the company is, it makes perfect sense to me. I just think that this company has time and time again made analysts look very ridiculous. And I think for a good reason, because the company is always underestimated. And people might be right in regards to what the company can do in actual margins and profit, but in the end of the day, it's growing revenues, it's growing production, and I don't think there's anybody in this world who can come and say that this car company is going to eventually look like every car company in history, and it's going to have tight margins, it's going to be hard. I know they're investing a lot in R&D. I don't know what's up their sleeve. They might have a game-changing mechanism to produce cars on scale for a low cost that the world has never seen. Is it so ridiculous to think about it when you think about what their CEO Elon Musk has done for rocket ships? Is it so ridiculous to think about what he's doing with the underground tunnels? Like, if there's a person with a vision of to do something that has never been done before, that's the person. And I think that's the kind of person who can also create a company where the price maybe is floating 10 years ahead of its time. And I can understand people who don't want to sell and want to hold. And these analysts have been rating these holds and underperformance sell for so long, even though many people have kind of written them off. And even though that the CFO is like announcing that they're going to issue shares from time to time, and they are issuing shares, and the share float is growing, and in the same time, stock is on an uptrend. So you can't argue with facts. Let's see, what else do we have here? I was about to end the stream, and I'm actually kind of having fun now, remembering all the names I kind of put here in my short list. So this is a SPAC, FTOC. It's going to turn into an Israeli company called Payoneer. And while the SPAC has had its hype days and now it's around the initial price it started, I don't think this is in any way or shape or form saying something about the company that was chosen. Just to show you how some SPACs that did not choose a company look like, let's look at IPOF, which belongs to Chamat Palihapitiya. IPOF will look very similar. Let's see. So it had its heyday. I think I put in a wrong name. Wait. IPOF. Going to try that again. Okay. Here we go. Here's IPOF. So it started around 10 and back to around 10 and 64. So no company has been chosen here to merge yet. And there's been some articles about how the SPAC bust has created BUST has created some opportunities, and I think this is a good opportunity to get as it gets. Not many people know, but these SPACs by Chamat, IPOF, and IPOD, who have not found yet a proper company to merge with, have each one a different special board member that they're bringing with them that is specializing in something. So if I'm not mistaken, there are some kind of rumors about IPOF and a future potential merger with Plaid. So that might be another fintech move. Speaking of fintech moves by Chamat, IPOE, which is SoFi, pretty decent SPAC since it started. 70% from the day it started as a SPAC. So that was a successful merger in my opinion. Let's see, what else do we have here? Shake Shack. If you're not familiar with Shake Shack, I highly recommend you familiarize yourself with this name for a couple of reasons. One, this is a name with a very small market cap in compared to what most people have a perception of. It's only $5 billion. And at the kind of low points of the pandemic, kind of into the middle of the summer, this stock was trading around a third of what it's trading now. So this is a very still young company. And I like that name. And I also like Chipotle, which I got lucky enough to get in on 480. When like you see this kind of spike down when the market was going parabolic down in March. So March lows. 480 was the price I got in. So I got very lucky there, and I'm very grateful for that. What else is happening today? So Apple has an event. So let's jump to Apple. Um, let's see. Apple could discontinue iPhone mini size after 2021 lineup. Okay. And let's see what else. What else do we have here? So here's my experience with Apple. I've been trying to order an iPad for my sister for the past 2 weeks, and it's been impossible to get my hands on an iPad for her. And in the past year, I think it's been a very challenging thing, just getting your hands on laptops, iPads of a certain sort that you want. I think that you have so many people that are studying from home and working from home that everybody has to upgrade their gear and to kind of generate kind of more productivity through upgrading the gear. And I don't think there was ever a chance for the supply to meet the demand at any point of time. So I am bullish Apple just because I see that demand is still strong. And if I'm waiting for weeks to get an iPad for my sister, I can only imagine that other people are waiting for other things. And I kind of remember also when the last iPhone came out. When the last iPhone came out, also there was a waiting list in several countries. Okay, what else do we have here? So I'm gonna check on Roblox, just because I'm about to publish soon a video about gaming stocks, and the video about gaming stocks is going to be a video that kind of covers Electronic Arts and Roblox and Unity and all kinds of other names. So Roblox, since the IPO, is pretty steady. If we check the charts here, it's not been in the market for long, as you can see, but a pretty decent start for a very pricey IPO in my opinion, but it might grow into the valuation. Microsoft, probably the best operating company right now. And if there is a company that has a chance to surpass in market cap the $2 trillion, it's them, just not only because they're very close to it, and I think they can reach 3 before Apple in a sense. Microsoft is really operating amazing. Like, just look at this chart. You can see that there is a consistency in this hockey stick. And they have an amazing balance sheet. Just a beautiful one. Okay. Google. Another name which was, I guess, deeply discounted without people understanding how much. And I think it's a reopening stock big time, just because so much of the revenue on Google search is from the travel industry, and I think the travel industry is far from hitting on all cylinders. So market cap of Google, 1.5 trillion. I think it's a 2 trillion name as well. Okay, continuing on. Bank stocks. So we had, let's jump to the TLT, which is the symbol used for the 20-year treasuries. So we had treasuries kind of yields rising and the price of them going down. And I think we found the floor. And this floor is important because this floor, if this keeps going up, it means that inflation is overblown. And we had a report just this week that kind of showed that it's not that there isn't any inflation. It's not as bad as people fear. It's not bad. Put all your money in Bitcoin bad. So, speaking of inflation, jumping to gold really quick. Just want to see what the gold kind of index looks like. Because I feel that gold has been completely forgotten. Like, nobody is looking at gold at all. Not really sure how to look at the gold index. I forgot the way to put the symbol. I'm going to try GLD. Yeah, gold is very... that's a very sad chart. It seems that gold has become kind of irrelevant in a sense in terms of a hedge against inflation. You like if there was any fear for inflation, you would expect to see this scream anywhere in the past 70, 80 years. So let's see what else do we have here. We covered most of the names that I have here. Upwork. If you're not aware of what Upwork is, it is, in my opinion, the best marketplace to hire freelancers. So company still under 7 billion market cap right now. I think this is a company that grows to 20, 25 in the next 5 to 10 years, just because so many people are now going to find themselves working as freelancers from remote, from anywhere they want in the world, after they found out that they can work from anywhere. I think that this company is prime for the next 10 years, especially also when a lot of startups are now starting with just remote teams from day one, which is an interesting concept that I will probably cover in the future. Okay, so I think this was pretty good. So I know I tried to sign off before and I said that was it, but I think this is a good place to kind of sign off right now. We went over a lot of the names that I have in my portfolio. We checked out the cryptos. Coinbase is going to go public today, and that is going to be very, very interesting. And I think that we're going to do this show again, this live stream, and hopefully we'll get some questions in the chat from you guys. So if you're watching, and I know you're watching because I can see the analytics, and I can see when people pop in and pop out, and it's great to see you are actually interested in the stream. I'm looking forward to when we can actually have a conversation here and talk about certain moves, certain stocks, certain news, things that are happening. Like, for example, Palantir taking now a turn in today, just showing how some stocks are so volatile. And if you look at on a 5 to 5 minute, like 5 minute play by play, it's fascinating to see how something can open at a certain point in the first 15 minutes of the day and just start dropping. Okay, cool. So thank you for watching. If it is your first time with me on the channel, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you like this kind of content and you want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit that like button. You know what? Don't hit it. Smash it. And if you are not following me on the socials, I highly recommend following on Twitter. It's my name, Avishai, AVISHAI _BITTON. And I have another Instagram channel, which I revealed. You can check it in the video library, one of my former videos, where I post many of my moves selling puts. Now, if you don't know what selling puts is, there's videos for that as well. But in general, selling puts is me basically selling options for credits. And there are more moves there than just besides the selling puts. I do also publish from time to time. They are just opening certain positions or adding to positions. One of them lately was Baba, which was a successful timing adding them. I just felt that the news was overblown on Baba. And I think that Alibaba is one of those companies that's poised to continue growing also and increasing in market cap. So enough about all the ticker symbols and the markets. Again, first time here, subscribe. If you like this, hit the like button. And hopefully we'll have more Wall Street opening bell episodes together. And yeah, have a great rest of your day.